all kinds of crazy stuff. You get wind and friction over the tops of these trees, and it could be creating, literally creating some kind of eddy current back in here. Probably a reason all these birds hang out down here, right? Yeah. Aside from the fact they're eating every animal that comes out of this cornfield. Saw a beautiful red fox come out of the woods here yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
He's not scared of airplanes either. He just sat there and, yeah, I think he lives right in this little patch of woods behind the barn over here. Okay, I'm just gonna throw in a quick flight plan to Hamilton.
What
Number 81. November 81 Hamilton, activate. Okay, all set. Whenever you're ready. We did our after landing checklist. Flaps, carb heat, and trim wheels. We already got all the lights on, and then before takeoff checklist too.
Before takeoff. Carb heat. Lights are good. Trim. Haven't even touched the trim today. Full valves on both. Heading indicator again. Wrong. There's 1200 time. Ready. So we're pretty much going south.
Yeah, you can follow this thing if you want. I just programmed it in there. I'm trying to find that instrument cover if I stuck it in my sweater somewhere and I can't.
Flying W traffic, Skyhawk 62862, departing runway 1. Flying W traffic.
If we can cover up your altimeter and just fly the pattern. And let's see if you can find 1,000 feet. That thing may or may not stick. Okay, same drill as last time. Keep an eye on the windsock. Everything looks good, fuel's on both. Mixture, carb heat, and flaps are correct. Anticipate that wind from the right now. There you go, just a little aileron into the wind. And just let it crab into the wind a little and control it. There you go. Perfect, nice.
N traffic, that's the 170.
So that wind is literally coming from both directions as you climb through that 200-foot level there. I'm not going to say 200 feet because you can't see the altimeter anymore. All right, just fly a normal pattern. Tell me when you're at 1,000 feet, level the plane off like you're in the downwind before. I got this for you. Ready?
Thank you.
I'm going to jam that in there. I think I've told you before, if that thing ever falls on the floor of your lap, just
let it go.
Let it go. Same thing if your door opens or your baggage door opens or the oil door opens or something falls, just keep flying the plane. There's almost nothing in this plane that can fall on the floor that's worth getting killed. You're gonna bring the power back to 18 or 2,000 RPMs and level off when you think we're at 1,000 feet.
All right.
And just turn downwind and let me know where 1,000 feet is.
N traffic, Cessna 175 base 07, N10.
I think you're at 1,000?
I'm feeling 1,000 there.
I think 1,050 to 1,100, but let's see. Oh, 11,
inbound
20.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. So 1,200 there, right? So this this is a good practice. You can, it's good though. You got close. You weren't at 600 or 2,000, right? Let's go down to Hamilton and see if we can get a couple. You'll have a pretty strong headwind down there, and it might be a little bit of a gusty headwind, so we'll practice. Do you know what the rule is for landing in a headwind?
From the north.
Down to go break. Into a headwind.
Away, 2 minutes to down to go break.
Sorry, go again.
Into the headwind?
Yeah.
You're not going to use full flaps?
We could not use full flaps, but we're also going to add half of the gust factor to our airspeed. So if we were normally going to try and cross the threshold at, say, 65,
yeah.
we have a gust factor, I think it was 12 to 17 or something. So let's just say we have a 12 to, let me just look this up again so I don't tell you something incorrect. We're going to add half of the gust factor though, not half of the not half of the wind speed, half of the gust factor to our landing speed. So it says, yeah, it's 7 knots. So let's just say we would add 4 knots to 65 if that was our target. So instead of crossing the threshold at 60 or 65, we're going to add 5 knots, 4 or 5 knots to that. You don't have to get crazy because we don't have that level of precision on our airspeed indicator, but let's just round it off to adding 5 knots. And we'll check it again when we get down there. And that's so that if the gust dissipates, you know, if you have a gust and then it dissipates, that we don't suddenly lose 5 knots at 60 and, you know, end up stalling the plane on final. Yeah, and certainly we could land with less flaps because we're gonna have a slower ground speed as a result of the headwind component.
Yeah.
So we don't need all that slowing of from the flaps. So this thing was a second ago set to go direct Hamilton, and I don't know what happened to it. It was definitely in there. We had a heading on it.
Liquid traffic.
There's something there. Liquid traffic. I'm just holding it at 15, just so you know.
That's perfect.
That's fine.
So there is Hamilton, and it says our desired track is 186, and our distance is 11 miles. You know the freak down there? I'm going to put I'm going to leave McGuire in the active so you can set it to standby, and then we'll switch it over.
Alright, CTAF is 122.7 there.
So I got 1228 in your standby, so I'd like to keep McGuire in our standby, so we'll put Hamilton in the bottom one, and then we'll flip-flop it, and we'll still have McGuire in standby.
And their AWAS is also 1227.
Yep. So if you put 1227 in there, we'll go ahead and get that ready. All you got to do is kilohertz is the small knob. It's already set in the standby frequency. And you got 4 clicks. And then just hit the COM flip-flop switch, which is right next to the frequency boxes. You got it in there, and we're all set. So when we get a little closer, you need to be about just inside of 5 miles. You can just give a short click on the pilot's mic switch, and it'll activate the AWAS to transmit on the CTAF.
How many clicks?
Just one.
Okay.
So there's Echo Dragway. Where's that Sign Lake? I think we're just a little bit shy. I think that Sign Lake is going to be in front of us a little bit. Or did we already pass it? No, it's still
further
up. I thought I had at Sign Beach on my maybe we already passed it. Yeah, because I usually go out to ditch when I'm on the way to, oh no, sorry, it's still coming up. Atsign Beach is up and on our left, so right there.
Get
That's
the,
it.
the towers over there.
Yep, Chislehurst is just at our 1 or 2 o'clock, and Atsign Lake is over here at 11. That's Goshen Pond, and Atsign Lake and Atsign Beach, and there's Great Egg Harbor Bay, and Atlantic City, Brigantine, Holgate, Long Beach Island.
We're at 7 miles now.
Yeah, it's you actually fly, well, you can fly straight, but if you go that way a little bit, we will see, when you get to Atsign Beach, you'll be looking right down the runway. So Hamilton's over that way. You can actually see the airport from here. When you see these big green fields, that's Sod Farm and soccer fields is to the west of Hamilton. So Hamilton is now directly off your nose. You can see the hangars. There's a state police hangar, and then Command Aero, I think it's called. I forget what the third one is. Yeah, it's very clear out here today. I could see New York last night. Was it, you see New York when you were here yesterday?
Nah.
I don't know, Salem, yeah, Salem's visible. I can't see back as far as Pottstown, but back there somewhere. So Hamilton is, you're actually on a 45 for runway 3 right now, so you just hold this heading toward the middle of that airport.
Skyhawk in sight, and we are on a long right base for runway 5.
So that's not Hamilton. That's not Hamilton. It still looks like we're going to be landing runway 3. We're 4 miles away now, so